Where's that report?
Sorry. Leon, gotta go. Catch up soon.
I sincerely apologize. I ran out of space.
Remaining BSAA forces have been neutralized. Retrieving the objective before they send in the wolves.
Oh, I thought it took 24 hours. Shit. But man. Insanity mode. What was I talking about? Yeah, playing different perspectives. Experiencing Grace go from basically, like, I don't want to say newbie. An ordinary woman, right? Going from an ordinary woman to a survivor. Whereas Leon, he goes from his top tier and he's slowly reduced to, you know, a weaker version of himself. A weaker version of himself. Ooh, Grace's report. We of course are gonna have to go back into this game. Alligator snapper. Long night. In the end, I appreciated every single aspect of this game. Like I said before. Gratitude. It will never break. Freya's needle. Ooh. Immortal Edge has exceptional parry capabilities. Infinite Ribbon. Offer more credits per kill. Ooh, infinite ammo. Oh shit. Oh Lord. Look at that. Wait, did he actually have? He did. Look. I did not notice this. So it's true. He married Ada. I never did that. But look, she also has a wedding band, but it's not on her ring finger. I mean, we're going back into the game regardless, right? Might as well. Yeah, shit. Pass it up. So what's his story? Because as far as I'm concerned, Wesker was also in Raccoon City. Like, who else would this be? Like, who else? I mean, yeah, there's nothing connecting Zeno with Wesker, but there's nothing that states that Wesker died. Plant 43. The plant I was talking about was 42. No, it's Plant 43. Which means the plant was never killed. Yeah, Leon's wheels. Leon's wheels. As it is. Don't worry, I'll get them. I'll get them indeed, I will. Facial structure. Slick back hair. Sunshades. Glowing eyes. And you know something else? Wesker also had a lot of money. I mean, he helped create the T-virus. Yes, if he helped create the T-virus. So basically, you're telling me that Zeno is not Wesker, but just a rich corporate? That's what you're telling me? Because if it were Wesker, he wouldn't have been easily fooled. He would have known something else. The collection. Whereas Wesker was working alone. But look at his face. Look. There's no way. No, I'm gonna buy a lot of this stuff. Hold on, give me a second. Do we need to worry about his wheels? This man was driving a Porsche. And no more. It's more like Men in Black. His hair moves. Apocalypse. Shotgun. Nope. Like, see, I knew age wasn't catching up to him. I knew age wasn't catching up to him. Like, he was sick. And when he showed up, he was at stage 2. Let me see this Cayman that you're driving here. A Porsche Cayman. Turbo GT. I thought it was a Cayman. It's just wow, man. You going from this, right? You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. You go from this to this. That's just wow, man. Being able to experience it, all of it. Absolutely amazing. Well, I mean, technically that's her attitude close to the end of the game. Bring it, fuckers. I just want to go home. But man, oh man, man. Like, I got 0 words. And this is 12 minutes into the entire thing. And you have Sherry. You got Alyssa. It belonged to her mother. Yeah, I know the story. Okay. But in reality, you are indeed that child's mother. I mean, you took her, you cared for her, you know. I mean, you did keep some secrets away from her. Sherry Birkin. Oh, goodness. And so, you know. It's on her right hand. Is it on her right hand? It's on her left hand. That's where the infection started. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep you guys any longer. Sorry. I'm still very confused about everything that went on here. I'm not confused, but this was a lot. And then my friend's dropping the bomb on me and telling me that this could possibly be Leon's end. I was like, what the fuck you mean it's gonna be a Leon's end? The hell? You understand who we're talking about here? You understand who we're talking about? Okay. And not only that, but he has backup. Hello, he has backup. Who that is? He's not gonna die. I didn't see his wedding band though. Behind the scenes video. Here we go.
Sorry.
Sorry. Okay, I have, hey, just hear me out, okay? Before I close this off. I do enjoy behind the scenes, finding out who the characters are, but in reality, I don't. I really don't. Because, you know, when it comes down to interviewing the voice actors, right? All you notice is their voice. Oh, that's Leon. Oh, that's Chris. Oh, that's Claire. It's like I see their names in the credits, yes. But the characters that are in the game, I mean, that feels selfish, it feels wrong, but that's their voice. So, when it comes down to it, that voice gives them life. And then when you find out who the voice actor is, right? What they look like, and you eventually see them instead of the character they were portraying. Chris's report, the truth behind Raccoon City. Can we go through this real quick? Introduction. In 1998, Raccoon City was devastated by a massive outbreak caused by a viral leak from the pharmaceutical giant Umbrella. The United States government responded by launching a missile strike to wipe out the infected and erect a blockade to seal off the city. In 2004, following a court trial, the Umbrella Corporation declared bankruptcy. A complete account of the events was never released. However, in October 2026, it was discovered that the city had been used as a hub for the production and trafficking of bioweapons. This report reveals that the established narrative of the Raccoon City incident was falsified and elucidates newly discovered truths surrounding the incident. 1968. To properly understand the truth, we must first go back to the beginning of it all. James Marcus. Yep. The Hard Three. In 1968, Oswell E. Spencer, James Marcus, and Edward Ashford founded the Umbrella Corporation. Having witnessed the horrors of the Second World War and the dread of the Cold War, Spencer felt a sense of despair at watching the world repeat the same mistakes. He felt it was his duty to bring about a change to humanity. As stated in court's records follow the Raccoon City incident, his ultimate goal was to bring about the viral evolution of the human race. Thus, he relentlessly pursued virus research through illegal and inhumane means. This fact remains unchanged. 1970s. From the beginning of Umbrella, the company faced rapid changes and intense internal strife, most notably the sharp ideological divide between Spencer and Marcus. According to court records, this conflict was cited as the primary factor leading to the unusual developments which followed. In 1978, James Marcus developed the T-virus, which would go on to become the cause of the subsequent outbreak. 1980s. This is a crucial period for understanding the basis of what caused the incident and the truth behind the entire case. Spencer's influence and ARC's establishment. Spencer used internal politics to have Marcus demoted, absorbing T-Virus research into a facility under his own control. From then on, Umbrella began to actively research and develop bioweapons under Spencer's leadership. The underground facility known as ARC, which was discovered during recent events, originally served as the administrative center of Umbrella's research. Several documents outlining Spencer's plan for ARC have also been discovered. Excerpt from Confiscated Records, Long-Term Strategic Review, 1980-0422. ARC-centric integrated research roadmap. Step 1. Concentrated investment into the Wesker project and the T-Virus. Step 2. Establishment of ARC as a central command center. Stage 3. Development of Elpis. Step 4. Memory transfer and forced evolution. This is the first recorded instance of a significant keyword, Elpis, the connection's involvement. The following documents regarding Marcus's involvement were also discovered. Excerpt from Confiscated Records, Receipt of Donation, 1986-0138. Recipient, James Marcus, Center F Foundation, amount $30 million. This document shows a suspicious flow of funds being channeled to Marcus. Past FBI investigations revealed that the source of the funds, the F Foundation, was just one of the puppet organizations of the connections. The F Foundation no longer exists. Right there. On the right. Mia. Evelyn. Shit. Oh yeah, it goes way back. The Connections is a criminal organization that various government agencies have been sounding the alarm against for years. This illicit group is at the heart of it all. Of all this. Evidence suggests that the Connections sought involvement with Umbrella's central operations. Additional documents belonging to the protege of Marcus, Brandon Bailey, have been uncovered. Excerpt from Confiscated Records, Telegraph Log, 1988-0996. Sender Brandon Bailey, Recipient F Foundation. Preparations are complete. I think it's time they made contact with me directly, don't you? I await a response. This indicates that Bailey took over correspondence with the Connections, succeeding Marcus. Bailey was rumored to be the founder of the Connections, but he may have only been a small cog in a larger machine. We now believe the Connections has had deep roots in the criminal underworld since before the 1980s. Much about the Connections remains unknown. Spencer's Purge. In order for Spencer to obtain complete control over Umbrella, he used force to deal with any internal opposition and influential adversaries. A list of these individuals, seemingly prepared by an associate of Spencer's, was recently discovered. Excerpt from Confiscated Records, Reevaluation List. Following the CEO's reevaluation protocol, measures will be taken against these individuals: Cheryl Moore, Michael Kramer, James Marcus. 1990s. During this period, the 1990s, Umbrella continued to grow and expand through ties with the government. The organization became so large that Spencer could no longer fully control it. Numerous accidents plagued Umbrella's facilities around the world as a result of poor management. Furthermore, investigation was being leaked to rival organizations and the Connections due to moles who had infiltrated the company. I think Ada was one of them. that explains the outbreak. Yet, despite circumstances, Spencer was able to thoroughly protect and complete his research at ARC, the research Elpis. While most records regarding Elpis were lost with the destruction of ARC, a precious few remain. Excerpt from confiscated records. Spencer's message 199, data missing. Tricell, HCF, the family, and Umbrella. Elpis shall bring it all to an end. Data corrupt. The only information leaked about Elpis was that it had the potential to upset the military balance of the entire world. However, a strictly managed password known only to Spencer was needed to access it. What is Elpis? Elpis is a powerful antiviral drug. However, this was unknown to those who sought it. The connections and other black market groups mistakenly thought it to be a powerful bioweapon with potential to control human minds. This confusion likely stemmed from the fierce competition surrounding bioweapon development. There was common knowledge that Spencer, the developer of Elpis, aimed for the evolution and control of humanity through viral technology. Completion of Elpis. Based on the data taken from the confiscated records and changes in Spencer's behavior, we believe Elpis was completed around the mid-1990s. After this period, the records show a marked decrease in the number of public statements from Spencer. A similar decrease in activity was also observed at the Raccoon City orphanage. Disturbingly, it is suspected that the children at the orphanage had long been used for Umbrella's experimentation. If I do stutter throughout all this, it's because I'm processing all the information. While Spencer frequently visited the orphanage, records indicate he stopped in the 1990s. Furthermore, the orphanage was under the research jurisdiction of William Birkin in the late 90s. Birkin turned against Spencer, ultimately leading to the leak of the T-virus. When Hunk and his team stormed his laboratory. In 1998, the Raccoon City incident. The T-virus leaked from the Umbrella research facility in Raccoon City, causing an unprecedented outbreak. In response, the government decided to launch a missile strike on the city under the pretense of containing the spread. However, this is where we have been misled. The missile strike was not launched to prevent the spread of the infection. A plan was formed to disrupt the relationship between the government and Umbrella, and shift the blame for all illegal activities onto Spencer. Found records indicate that the connections lobbied for the missile strike. Excerpt from confiscated records. Access log. First assembly minutes. ARC has been secured. Commence the missile strike. The blame will fall solely on Spencer. With this, Umbrella will be dismantled and will seize their assets. Their goal was the accusation of Umbrella's assets. Acquisitions? Particularly the thing they believed would disrupt the world's military balance. Elpis. They wanted Elpis for themselves, like so all of Umbrella's assets, which included Elpis. Due to Bailey's involvement, the connections were aware of Umbrella's inner workings prior to the research incident, Raccoon City incident. This set them up to swiftly secure ARC before instructing the government to carry out the missile strike. After the Raccoon City incident, the Umbrella trials. As is well known, trials were held after the events of the Raccoon City incident. Testimony from Raccoon City survivors, along with evidence submitted by the Global Pharmaceutical Consortium, demonstrated the scope of Umbrella's nefarious activities. Evidence against Spencer was presented at the trials by his subordinate, Albert Wesker. It is now evident that Wesker was linked to Tricell, which in turn had strong ties to the connection. Therefore, it is highly likely there was pressure from the government and the connections during the trials. Go on. In 2004, following the outcome of the trials, Umbrella was forced into bankruptcy. Shit! Just as the connections in the government intended, Oswell E. Spencer was held accountable as CEO, and he disappeared from the public eye. Acquisition of ARC. The connections and the government seized ARC during the Raccoon City incident. Thereafter, ARC served as a base for the research, development, and distribution of bioweapons. Documents believed to be transaction lists have also been seized. Okay, that's a quotation. So, documents believed to be transaction lists have also been seized. These lists Umbrella's competitors, along with organizations that were previously found guilty of illegal activity. Unfortunately, most evidence was lost with the collapse of ARC. Recovery efforts continue, but success is unlikely. Proliferation of bioterrorism. Following the Raccoon City incident, weaponized viruses developed by Umbrella were leaked. Subsequently, incidents of bioterrorism utilizing this technology spread across the globe. In 2013, President Adam Benford was assassinated. Was assassinated in a bioterrorist attack. So technically, yes, intelligence agencies report that the president wished to reveal the full truth of the Raccoon City incident. It is possible that President Benford was privy to the facts revealed in this report. Spencer's final years. So you're saying, yes, he was killed, yes. So the events of Resident Evil 6 still exists. Maybe not everything, but the big picture. Because President Benford mentioned to Leon in Resident Evil 6 that he wanted to reveal the full truth. The world should know what happened in Raccoon City. Spencer's final years. Remaining records about Spencer after the dissolution of Umbrella are scarce, but a new source of information has recently come to light. An interview conducted by Alyssa Ashcroft. Despite being responsible for countless atrocities, Spencer showed some signs of remorse in this interview. Having lost everything, he sought atonement. While Elpis is a powerful instrument that can render viral weapons inert, it also has the potential as a panacea to be used for good. It's possible that Spencer's true motivations behind Elpis were peace and redemption. While he remained obsessed with the evolution of humanity throughout his later years, most testimonies describe him as nothing but a senile old man. Spencer died in 2006 at his secluded estate. His true intentions behind developing Elpis will forever remain unknown. He had a child. And with that child, it's like he already knew what was going on outside. So he devised Elpis to end it all. Like, he was so delved in his own research, and like everything is crumbling around him. The world is falling into chaos because of things that he created. Like, even though he didn't mean for it to get out, like, if you create something that catastrophic, of course it's gonna get out. Conclusion. As we can see from the records, the Umbrella Corporation's liquidation was intentionally orchestrated by the connections and the US government. Furthermore, they were involved in the illegal development and trafficking of bioweapons in Raccoon City. The extent to which past and present governments were involved requires further investigation. Much about the connections remains shrouded in mystery, and most records of their involvement were destroyed alongside ARC. Sorry about that. Countless lives have been lost. As government officials, we have a duty to pursue the truth. If anything, finding it will finally offer some closure to everyone who fell victim to these heinous actions. FBI agent, FBI intelligence analyst Grace Ashcroft. So it doesn't specify how he died. But it does make sense. All of it does make sense. Because with the missile strike, the government was trying to protect themselves along with the connections. No, they're not trying to protect the connections. The connections, they sought that opportunity. So that's not Wesker at all, is it? Like, even though he adopted the mindset of Wesker, it was nothing more but a corporate man. Yeah, see right here. So that list leaves one thing. What happens with the connections? Because I highly doubt those soldiers that were there were involved with Umbrella. Like, they're highly trained soldiers. They're not UBCS. Like, sure, you had Hunk and his team, but they're a special unit, right? They were a special unit. But Hunk disappeared without a trace. Like, there's a reason why I don't believe the person that we fought, like Leon fought, I don't believe that's Hunk. And the reason behind that is, even though Hunk had to do certain things, his humanity was still there. Yeah, I'm gonna combine all of this. But I honestly don't believe that this is the end. Oh, this is not the end, is it? Because you still have a few parties that were involved. Now you have the connections, right? But it probably goes deeper. Like, that's what we see on the surface, right? So what happened to Wesker? Where'd Wesker go? If it's not Zeno. All it shows is that Wesker trialed against Spencer in court with the intentions of having a piece of umbrella. I mean, why else would he do it? It is now evident that Wesker was linked to Tricell, which in turn had strong ties to the connections. Which is basically saying, hey, Zeno, dude, hey, are you listening to me? Zeno is not Wesker. Tricell still exists. The connections still exists. Somebody within those areas of interest, power hungry, they still wish to seize that asset and use it to their own benefit. Whether it is to take this antiviral and alter it to the point where it counteracts the antivirus, making it a more powerful virus. We don't know. But that alone is a lot of information. I'll get 40,000 for doing it? Well, I wanted to do that. Yeah. This is great. We're gonna have to do all of that too. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it right here. I got a lot to think about, and this game, once again, is the best. Resident Evil is the best, in my opinion. It will always be. It is the reason why when I find these games, like, I go in with an open mind. Because these games could be anything if you just let them be. You don't go in there with any expectations. Don't want it to be this, want it to be that. No, you go in, you play it. If you enjoy it, if you have no expectations, you might actually find yourself enjoying it, despite the little flaws that it has. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, feel free to stick around. I'll be making more. I'm 2077 Saint. And as always, stay safe. 今日もありがとう。じゃあ、またね。